Republican senators who worked swiftly last summer to help write legislation protecting special counsel Robert Mueller now are showing little urgency to get those measures passed. The legislation, which would allow a panel of federal judges to review orders to fire the special counsel, was intended to prevent President Donald Trump from pushing out Mueller before he completes his investigation of Russian meddling in the 2016 election. But two different bipartisan proposals have been mired in negotiations for months. And despite continuing signs from the president that he is unhappy with Mueller's investigation, which prompted the initial call for the legislation, Republicans appear to be losing their resolve to act. "We're still having the discussion," Sen. Tom Tillis, RNC, the co-author of one of the bills, said this week. "It's not driven by any current events." Sen. Lindsey Graham, RSC, another co-author of one of the bills, said, "I don't really know," when asked the status of negotiations. The lack of action has prompted some Democrats to accuse Republicans of intentionally slow-walking the legislation. "There is a sense that the wagons have been circled," said Sen. Richard Blumenthal, D-Con, a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee and co-sponsor of one of the two bills. Blumenthal said his GOP colleagues are under political pressure not to cross the president on Russia. "The question is really whether our Republican colleagues have a sense of emergency that I think befits our present situation," Blumenthal said. "There is not much left to negotiate." Both Democrats and Republicans say the main sticking point between the two bills is a dispute over whether a three-judge review of a special counsel's termination should occur automatically or at the special counsel's request. But should senators produce a compromise bill, the next hurdle is significant: convincing skeptical Republicans that it is constitutional for a three-judge panel to review a president's termination order, when people in the executive branch serve at the pleasure of the president. "I've never been convinced they're constitutional," said Sen. John Neely Kennedy, RLA, a member of the Judiciary Committee. White House lawyers are expected to meet with special counsel Robert Mueller's office late this week seeking good news that his sprawling investigation's focus on President Donald Trump will soon end and their client will be cleared. But people familiar with the probe say that such assurances. White House lawyers are expected to meet with special counsel Robert Mueller's office late this week seeking good news that his sprawling investigation's focus on President Donald Trump will soon end and their client will be cleared. But people familiar with the probe say that such assurances. On the other side of the Capitol, House Republicans have not drafted parallel legislation, many of them instead joining forcefully with Trump in criticizing Mueller's investigation. In particular, they have called for a separate independent investigation of political bias within the FBI, following revelations of texts between bureau officials disparaging Trump. Graham, Tillis, Cory Booker, DNJ, and Christopher Coons, D-Del, wrote their bills over the summer to protect Mueller after Trump hinted that he might fire Attorney General Jeff Sessions as a way of reorganizing the Justice Department.